And then, because of the way our minds work, we will think about governments, we will think about capital, we would think about all of those restrictions, geopolitical separations or policies. But in reality, it's really something much more nuanced and much more complicated and much more multifaceted, let's say, that needs that deliberate, and I love the way you've put it, which is the deliberate focus on the organizational culture and the ability to surgically understand. And that cannot happen by accident. And you cannot think of it as a normal activity that, you know what, let me just ask people. Because guess what? If you're the head of the organization, you will never know how people feel, because they will always have a different mask when they see you, right? Because of all of those complications when it comes to behavior, when it comes to lifestyle, and so on and so forth. And I think that when you put all of this together, and then you look at our region, which is extremely, kind of control-oriented, which is extremely conflict-avoiding, risk-averse, at a collective culture, right? Not the organizational culture, but as a high culture. What do you see this mix if you put it in the blender?
I think you're taking a bit too negative of a view of the region. And again, and I want to qualify this based on the fact that my visibility, particularly in terms of the deep knowledge, is for entrepreneurs based in the UAE and the type of entrepreneurs we work with. As an outsider for these companies, I don't have that visibility. So whatever I tell you is based on impressions and based on conversations that I've seen. But the entrepreneurs that manage to break through and to really succeed are the ones that put that time and that effort into saying, this is important. I'm going to dedicate time myself, and I'm going to make sure that we have the right people on board. So really silly example. I was at a dinner that was hosted by 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗏, and they had a bunch of people. I was sitting across the table from Mudassir and Magnus of Kareem. They keep coming up as examples just because they're coming up. In the middle of the dinner, they high-fived each other because they had extended an offer to a head of HR, and they received the email that she accepted the offer. And I told them, this is the first time that I see the entrepreneurs celebrating that somebody accepted the job.
It's not an investment fund or some sort of project one. It's actually a person accepting.
They were celebrating the fact that person who I believe they believed that this person was very important, and because it was such an important thing for them.